friends! Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to day 23 of VEDA. If you don't know what VEDA is, I will link it up here in this corner. Like right there. Yeah. Go check it out. Watch all the videos, come back and see me. Today's video, though, is about this challenge that me and my bookish best friends, Michael and Amanda, did last year. There is this fall into reading challenge that's put on by Cozy Reader Kelly, Literary Labors, Rainy Day Reads, and Tia and All the Books. And I enjoyed this so much last year that I had to do it this year. So the Fall Into Reading Challenge is basically this 3-month challenge. It starts on September 1st and ends on November 30th, where you can choose a board that has 15 prompts that you're supposed to try and read, or you can be cray-cray like I was last year and pick the bigger board that has 24 prompts. I am so tempted to do the 24 again because I had so much fun with this last year. However, I am so busy that adding 24 books is just not feasible. I mean, adding 15 is going to be hard enough for me right now. I have gone over the prompts and they are very easy to fill with stuff, with books. So I'm happy about that they're not too difficult. A lot of them are just genres and things like that. If you do the 24 books, there's more, I think, specific prompts. You have the basic 15, and then you have 9 others that I think are more specific. We are going over the 15 prompts and what books I'm picking for. Here's Jelly Bean. What books I'm picking for these 15 prompts. I am picking the smaller board this year because I can't with the 24. That's too much. I have already pre-picked all of the books that I want to read for this challenge. This is more of like a tentative TBR though. So if, say, I read a different nonfiction and I put it in the nonfiction slot on my board, I'm not going to be mad at myself for not reading that specific book. As long as I finish the challenge with pretty much any book that fits that prompt, I'm going to be happy with myself for finishing the challenge. I just like to have like a tentative TBR, and it's a fun video to make. So sit back and relax. The first prompt is a nonfiction. For my nonfiction, because I'm obsessed with true crime and murder and stuff, for my tentative TBR, I'm picking Molly's Game by Molly Bloom. This is a book by the actual person that's about the true story of the 26-year-old woman behind the most exclusive, high-stakes, underground poker game in the world. The next one is a book published in 2021, Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Mansala. This is a funny book. about this girl, this woman who is Lila, who is a chef, and her ex-boyfriend, who's also a food critic, goes to her restaurant, and he drops dead in the restaurant. Everyone thinks that it was Lila because they're exes, but she swears up and down that she didn't kill him. And it's kind of like her investigating what really happened to her ex-boyfriend, and it just sounds like so much fun. The next one is a historical fiction, which this took some digging. I don't read historical fiction. Oh my god, seriously, you're gonna make me do this right now? I don't read a lot of historical fiction, but I did find Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wynn. This is a World War II historical fiction. And like I said, these books might change. It's more of a tentative TBR, but I thought it'd be really fun. And then the next one is a sci-fi, which is yet another genre that I don't read a lot of. Usually I hate sci-fi. There are those exceptions to that rule, but for sci-fi, I'm picking The One by John Mars. This is a sci-fi thriller about in the near future. You can match your DNA and find your soulmate, and you follow, I think, 5 or 6 different perspectives. One of them is a serial killer, and it just sounds fun. The next one is a romance. For this one, I picked Roomies by Christina Lauren. I tried reading this earlier this year, and I just could not get into it. I think I made it like 50 pages. I just couldn't get into it. I wasn't liking it at all, and I'm wondering if it was because I was reading it when I was in a slump, or like at the very beginning of a slump. So I'm wondering if it was just me. I'm gonna give it another shot and see if it was me or if this book is really just bad. For author of color, I'm going to be reading My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I have no idea what this book is about, but it's a horror by Stephen Graham Jones, and this year I've really gotten into the horror genre, so yeah, let's go with it. Then, a middle grade. For this, I am picking Rules by Cynthia Ward. This one follows this girl named Catherine, who is 12 years old, and she takes care of her brother who has autism. I just kind of want to read more books about autism. Okay, this is the other one that I have 2 choices for right now. Thriller and horror are my main genre that I read, especially thriller. So this next prompt is thriller or horror. So I have 2 thrillers that I'm really in the mood for right now. But like I said, these books could change. So we have Little Lovely Things by Maureen Joyce Connolly. This is about this woman who has her kids in the backseat of her car when she pulls into a gas station and goes into the bathroom to throw up because she, out of nowhere, gets really, really sick. She swears she's only in the bathroom for a couple minutes. When she comes out of the bathroom, her car and her kids are gone, vanished without a trace. And that starts this book, and It sounds so... I cannot wait. But I also have Watch the Girls by Jennifer Wolfe. This is kind of like out there for me. It's about this stalker who is filming these girls, but I think there's some kind of reality show aspect. Okay, then the next one is my young adult pick. This is Cherry by Lindsay Rosen. This is a funny book, and I know what you're thinking, Alita, you don't read funny books, and I could not agree with you more, but for some reason, this one sounds great. So, this is about these girls, there's a first time for everything, who make a sex pact with each other in senior year, I believe, of high school. It sounds kind of funny though. The next one, so I don't have anything on my TBR for this next prompt. So I am picking a book that I have already read. What? You're rereading? Yep. You heard it here first. I'm going to reread for this challenge. And I'm pretty sure this is the only book that I'm talking about that won't change, or that for sure can't change, because I don't have any other options for it. So it's like, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be reading Sheets by Brenna Thumler. This is such a cute middle grade about these ghosts that appear as sheets. And they're kind of like Casper ghosts. They're not scary ghosts, but they're cute. And they help this little girl who lost her mom. And her laundry business is failing because she has to go to school and take care of the business, and she's only like 12 or 13, and so her business is failing, and the ghosts help her. The next one is a contemporary. For that, I'm picking Rules of Rain by Leah Schneier. This is yet another book about a girl named Rain who has a little brother who has autism. His name is Ethan. She has always taken care of Ethan, even before she knew what autism meant, and now that she knows what autism is, she will do anything to take care of her little brother. The next one I actually don't physically have a book for. I am tentatively putting... Oh, I should tell you what the prompt is. The prompt is a classic. And we all know that I don't read classics. I don't like them. There is one classic that is a chunker though that my husband owns that I'm actually interested in reading. So I cannot find it tonight, but I'm hoping to read Huckleberry Finn. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn? I think that's the name of it. The next prompt is a fantasy, and this one is yet another chunker because I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but it is The Bone Season by Samantha Channing. This is about this woman named Lily Page. I was not even close. Paige, who is basically a brain hacker. She can hack into anyone's brain. And the year is like 2059, and she's some kind of brain hacker. Oh my god, we got this one! We got this one! Just baby! Oh, we got jealous little brat now. But this is Bella. This is Bella. Mwah. She is Jelly Bean's mom, believe it or not. Well, I mean birth mommy. I've adopted them both. Bella, stop. Oh my goodness. It's so cool. I don't get them both very often, so let's take a doggy break. Doggy break. Doggy break. Woo, woo, woo. Mwah. Okay. Okay. Oh, she's going to bed. You can go to bed too. Published before 2021, so that could have literally been any of my books. But I've been so excited for this one that I had to find room for it somewhere. And that is The Flight Attendant by Chris Bourgeois. This is about the flight attendant who, she drinks a lot, and she was in India, Dubai. She's in Dubai when she wakes up in a hotel room with this guy who is laying there dead. And there's blood. And, you know, instead of calling the police or getting people involved and trying to figure out what happened, she doesn't remember anything from the night before. So instead of doing the right thing, she, being a flight attendant, hops on a plane and leaves. And now people are investigating his death as if it was a murder. And was it? Or was she just at the wrong place at the wrong time? Or did she murder him? Or what happened? Okay, and then the last one, I am bending the rules a little bit. I think this is more of a thriller, but I'm going to say it's a mystery thriller because the last prompt is a mystery. So, the last book on this tentative TBR is The Party by Lisa Hall. This is about this girl named Rachel who wakes up in a strange room, and then the night before there was a party. She wakes up in a strange room, has no idea how she got there, where her husband is, where her friends went, and what happened at that party. And I'm pretty sure that she was raped. So it's kind of a mystery of what happened to her that night. That's kind of how I'm tweaking it. But I think it counts. Editing Alita here, so I still think that I'm probably going to go with the 15 books for the Fall Into Reading Challenge, but just for funsies, as extra, I thought I would print out the 24 books board, and we already went through and picked the main 15 books, so this one's just going to be like speed round of what book I'm picking for the 9 extra prompts. And like I said earlier, I'm going to try to get all 15 from the small board. If somehow I'm like a reading wizard or something and I get through all 15 of the first prompts and I still have time left, then I'm going to dive into these books for the 9 bonus prompts. So let's just get into it. The first other prompt is orange on the cover. This is pretty orange. So this is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. And it's an alternate history book. Then the next bonus prompt is The Beloved Author So I'm going to read Cujo by Stephen King. For a supernatural book, I'm going to read The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Fedora Goss. I believe there are like monsters in this. It takes place in the fall. I'm picking Girls on Fire by Robin Wasserman. This takes place on Halloween, so definitely in the fall. A standalone is Little Lovely Things.
Excuse me.
By Maureen Joyce Connolly. So I know this was on a different part. I think this was an option for thriller, but I'm just going with the other book that I said for thriller so that I can read that one. For diverse characters, I'm picking Politically Correct, the ultimate storybook. So this is fairy tales and bedtime stories. The print is very big. Last year in the fall, I read the Grimm Adventures, or Grimm's Fairy Tales, like the complete Grimm's Fairy Tales. It was, I think, the longest book on my TBR at the time. And then my friend's daughter sent me this. She picked it out and she said that I would like it, and I was super excited when I unboxed this on my channel, but yet I haven't read it yet, so I need to read this. The next one is a new to me author. I'm picking Of Monsters and Madness by Jessica Verde. This is yet another supernatural, creepy thriller that takes inspiration from Edgar Allan Poe, who is one of my favorites, and The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which I didn't like that much, but I'm excited for this one. Then the next one is a sequel. So this is The Heart Principle by Helen Wong. This is the third book in the Kiss Quotient trilogy. I just finished the Bride Test yesterday, so I really just want to dive into this. And the last prompt is Leaves on the Cover, so I am picking Bring Her Home by David Bell. Now, I think all you have left is the outro. Enjoy! I don't think I can hold all these books for a thumbnail, but we're gonna try. Okay, so, okay, we're gonna do it. Oh no, they were wrong way, but, like, let's try to, this, okay. This is my tentative TBR for the Fall into Reading Challenge, which I am for sure participating in. But are these going to be the final selections? So I'm thinking of doing either like a reaction video where I watch this back and then I tell you what I really picked for all of these, or where I just film basically like I just did right now, and I tell you, we go through what my actual picks for the challenge were in November, like at November 30th, or at the beginning of December, because I think it would be really fun. Don't forget to like this video by giving it a big thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, where we always talk about books and bookish things. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Let me know if you made it to the end of the video by putting a dog emoji in the comments down below.